What is going on, YouTube? So coming back today with my reaction video to Blake Griffin saying that he's intending on re-signing with the Los Angeles Clippers. So to be honest, the last few days of basketball news have been somewhat heavy, but whether you consider it a joke or serious, I've actually had at least a few things to talk about just in general between the whole Kwame Brown thing, the whole D Rose thing, and now big news for Blake Griffin. Ramification-wise, this means a lot. This means a whole lot. If he actually does re-sign with LA, that could have a big effect on the Thunder, who I feel like they thought they were one of the favorites maybe to land Blake Griffin after this season. Are they screwed? No. I mean, it's just like it takes one of the bigger names off the free agent market next year if he does actually stay in LA. Is there time for it to change? Yeah, it seemed like the Clippers and Blake Griffin were kind of running toward an expiration date anyway, but again, could be big news if he does in fact decide to stay. He only did play, I believe, like 30, I can't remember if it was 35 or 45 games last year. It was one of the two, but averaged 21.4 points, 8.4 rebounds, and about 5 assists per game. You know, still big stats. This is still a guy that's one of the MVP favorites for this season. And like I said, there's other free agents that this impacts, because if you guys know, Chris Paul is also a free agent for next season, and I don't know if this will have any effect on him staying, but I'm assuming it'll have some effect on what Chris Paul does, and just the overall Clippers franchise. I mean, if Blake Griffin stays and that keeps him in, and Blake Griffin and Chris Paul stay, then that keeps him in contention for at least another couple of years. And, you know, it seems like a team that was maybe on track to fall off after this season, depending on how they treated this offseason, might still be on track to be, you know, a big competitor in the West for a couple more years. Because they're not just a competitor at, like, you know, the Celtics level or maybe around the Celtics. I don't know. I guess Grizzlies or Jazz or Thunder. I guess that's a good level to put them out in the West. Put them above at least, because I think that right now they are the third best team in the West, hands down. Arguably the second, depending on how well they do compared to the Spurs this year. But like I said, big news. We'll see what happens. This is a storyline that I'm going to try to follow somewhat closely and keep you guys updated as I find out more information. I'm assuming a lot of you guys might have already heard, but again, big news. Could have a big effect on the NBA, not just short term, but also long term. But anyway, that's pretty much it. See ya.